Hi everyone, it's Chris of CR Strength. I want to thank you for joining me and supporting my videos, watching my videos. Um, okay, so this past weekend was full of a lot of new experiences. It was a lot of fun. It was actually Friday, April the 25th. I was at the gym. I was with Jesse. We were training. I just got finished training lower body. I was doing some deadlifts, and I saw a couple of my friends there. They normally train there. They're also very much into powerlifting. They told me that there was a strongman contest the very next morning at Boss Barbell, which is a gym that you see here. This is a gym in Mountain View. It's owned by a world record powerlifter, Dan Green. So on a day's notice, I decided to jump into this contest. I had absolutely no prior strongman contest experience. It was a completely new experience. I did not prepare for this, aside from my standard bodybuilding and powerlifting style training. And part of the reason why I decided to do this contest on such a short notice was I wasn't trying to prove a point to anyone besides myself, because I think that sometimes you are going to find yourself in fight or flight type situations where you won't have time to consider your options or think about it. You're either going to have to go or not go. You're either going to fight or flight. It's that simple. In this particular situation, it wasn't life or death, but definitely every person on earth at some point will come across a life or death experience. And in that split second, you're either going to make the right decision or the wrong decision. And that could either kill you or keep you alive. I've had experiences where, I felt like my life was in danger, or I felt very afraid. But one way or another, I'm still here and I'm still alive. I think that it's very important to train yourself to the best of your ability to respond accordingly to these types of situations where you just have to go. You just have to go with it. You have to fight. You can't stop to think. You can't stand there like a deer in the headlights. You have to move. Otherwise, you could be killed. And that sounds extreme, but in some situations, that could happen. You could be somewhere downtown and all of a sudden you're walking back to your car and you're about to get mugged by a couple of guys, that might potentially kill you. You're either going to fight back or at least try to fight back, or you're either just going to stand there and perhaps be killed, So I think doing things like this are very big learning experiences. And although I wasn't very competitive among all of these strong guys, I still tried my hardest, which is all that really matters. That's all you really can do. You can't always be the #1 winner. That's the fact. There's always someone better than you. There always will be. At one point or another, you may be the best in whatever you do, but at some point, you'll die, just like everyone else. But that's not the point. The point is that at the end of the day, you know that you tried your hardest. And I tried my hardest on Saturday, and I feel good about it. I feel I feel very happy about my performance because I tried my hardest. You know, these guys were a lot stronger than me. Um, Although I was pretty competitive in the deadlift event, the block deadlift event. Um, I placed sixth in that event, and then I think I placed 10th and 11th in the farmer walk and yoke carry, which you see here, which is what you see me doing here. Um, and I believe I placed 11th in the stone loading contest, which I'm happy with. You know, I came out here on a day's notice with no previous competition experience. Um, and like I said, I accept that. I'm okay with that. Um, you know, aside from it being this sort of life experience, I also had a lot of fun. You know, I went with my friends there, and I met new people. I experienced new things, and you know, it was very much worth it. Very much worth it. I think sometimes you should purposely take yourself out of your comfort zone. You know, for me, doing this wasn't comfortable. It was actually very painful. A lot of these exercises that you see these guys doing, um, they hurt. You know, loading this stone right here, every single guy ripped a bunch of skin off of their forearms, lifting these 300-pound stones. But you know, none of that really matters. That's just distraction. That pain is only temporary. It doesn't last forever, and it's just a part of life. During this deadlift event, I happened to be one of the few guys left standing, because it was sort of set up like a last man standing event with the deadlifts. What they ended up doing was they continuously put on heavier and heavier weight, and whoever would step up and attempt it, and whoever could lift the heaviest would be the winner. I placed sixth, like I said. But there was one particular situation that happened. Was I was still left standing there inside of the ring, and one of the biggest guys there, I think he placed first or second in the entire contest. I remember standing there, and he looked at me. He looked into my eyes, and he was like, he was almost like a lion in the lion's den, and there I am, like a young Simba, sort of, and he was just almost shocked that I was still there. He was complete. The look in his eyes was of complete surprise. He couldn't believe that I was still there, which was a pretty unique and kind of fun experience. You know, I'd never felt that way before.